grew up in South Africa and have been in the United States for 24 years. I grew up in Johannesburg with my mom and dad and 2 sisters, and lived really through the not such good times in South Africa, because I was a teenager in the 60s and things were really terrible. And I always knew that I couldn't bear to stay there, even though, you know, I was kind of torn between living in South Africa in those days, which was so bad, and then coming to America to bring my children up here, because I did not want to bring them up in the environment that I grew up in. Even though I actually grew up with really, really good circumstances. I went to a private girls' school, had the best of everything, parents who doted on us. I grew up with lots of arts and culture. My dad had come from Germany and in 1933 and brought with him a lot of knowledge which he embedded us into us children. He was absolutely a reader of, you know, of wonderful things, and it sort of passed on to us. And so in 1987 we immigrated to the United States, and I had been a kitchen designer in those days, working for a really good kitchen company, and had worked for other kitchen companies, mainly Pancreatic, and Alna, which are some of the top European companies. So I came to the United States and I actually found a job here working for Pancreatic. And I didn't even know that I could become an artist. I always thought, because if you can't draw, you can't be an artist. Well, I then found out that that's not true. And so about 10 years ago, I gave up kitchen design and decided to go to Georgia State, and I audited some photography, which I love, and printmaking. And really what I have done with my art is to take those 2 mediums and put them together and use them with encaustics, which is really what I love the best. When I was at Georgia State, one day a lady came to show us how to use encaustics, and at that moment I knew that that's what I wanted to do. But the other part about what I do is really interesting, because my dad came from Germany in '33, they got out with everything. So I have a very rich family history of both stuff that we keep and history going back to about the 1780s. And so then I started to work with that, and little by little, that's what I have developed into doing. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to go to the Frans Mazareel Center in Belgium, and I was there for 3 weeks, and a friend of mine from London came and gave me some postcards, and they were all of my dad growing up in Germany when he was a little boy. And from those postcards, I developed the art that I really do now, which is working with family images, history,